In 2024, gold's price rose more than 27%, outperforming every other major asset class. Now, here we are halfway through 2025, and gold has already matched that same level of performance. Year to date, gold is up another 27%, once again outperforming stocks, bonds, commodities, and just about everything else. Most of these gains came early this year. More recently, gold has been trading sideways, consolidating after a rapid ascent to a record $3,500 per ounce back in April. So the question now is, where does gold go from here? Are we due for a correction, or are we about to see another leg higher and fresh all-time highs? It's an important question for stackers, so let's get to it. Hey everybody, Smart Silver Stacker here. Hope you're doing well. If you enjoyed today's video, please do click that like button down below. And while you're at it, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel? Also, let me know in the comments what you think gold's next move will be. Even though gold's price has been chopping sideways since April, that consolidation has actually been constructive from a technical standpoint. It has allowed gold's 200-day moving average to catch up to gold's price, putting us in a healthier position for a potential breakout. Right now, gold is trading within a large symmetrical triangle formation, classic consolidation behavior after a strong move up like what we saw earlier this year. The question now is whether the breakout from this triangle will be to the upside or to the downside. To help answer that question, let's check in with the World Gold Council. They just released their mid-year outlook for 2025, and here is what they said. Should economic and financial conditions deteriorate, exacerbating stagflationary pressures and geoeconomic tensions, safe haven demand could significantly increase, pushing gold 10% to 15% higher from here. On the flip side, widespread and sustained conflict resolution, something that appears unlikely in the current environment, would see gold give back 12 to 17% of this year's gains. So, what do you think is more likely for the second half of 2025? More stagflation and global instability, or everyone circling up, holding hands, and singing Kumbaya? Leave a comment below to let me know what you think. Just in the last week, we have seen Trump pledge more weapons to Ukraine, prompting Russia to accuse the U.S. of sabotaging peace efforts. At the same time, Trump issued a 50-day ultimatum for Russia to reach a ceasefire or face steep new tariffs. Not exactly peace talks. Meanwhile, the U.S. is now heading towards a trade war with Brazil after Lula slammed Trump's proposed tariffs as, quote, unacceptable blackmail. And in an even broader move, Trump threatened a blanket 10% tariff on the BRICS nations and warned that if the group ever formed in a meaningful way, it would end very quickly. So yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't count on the world peace scenario just yet. Earlier this week, we got a glimpse of just how jumpy this gold market really is. In comments made from the Oval Office, the president floated the idea of replacing Fed Chair Jerome Powell, and in real time, we saw gold prices spike and the dollar tumble. He later clarified that he's unlikely to fire Powell, and the trades quickly reversed. Presumably, the dynamic behind this scenario is that the markets anticipate Powell's successor will be an uber dove. The president has already told us that he wants the federal funds rate 3% lower than current levels, and that any successor will have to be in favor of significant interest rate cuts. And this trading action tells you something else as well. This market is desperate for a catalyst. It is watching every political move for clues. The fiscal picture only adds fuel to the fire. So far this fiscal year, the U.S. is running a $1.37 trillion deficit. The national debt just crossed $37.1 trillion. No wonder Trump wants interest rates lower. The cost to service the debt is exploding. Annual interest costs for the federal government already exceed $1.1 trillion annually. That kind of policy shift, cutting rates as deficits explode, combined with the current inflation trajectory, is exactly the kind of thing that gold tends to front-run. It's also worth noting that it's not just gold showing strength lately. The broader metals complex has been on the move as well. Silver recently broke out of its own consolidation range and hit the highest price level in 14 years. Copper hit an all-time high following tariff-related headlines, and just this week, platinum surged to its highest level in over a decade. This broad-based strength in the metals supports the idea that we are in the early stages of a significant commodity cycle, and gold is leading the charge. One interesting dynamic for investors is that while gold's price has been remarkably strong, the miners haven't kept up. We have got one of the widest gaps between physical gold and mining stocks in recent memory, and if gold breaks out, history suggests that the miners could start to catch up fast. That brings us to Alaska. Back in January, President Trump signed an executive order titled Unleashing Alaska's Extraordinary Resource Potential. That's not just good for policy optics. This is opening the door for companies with projects in the region to potentially benefit from federal tailwinds. With no debt and approximately $2.96 million in cash and cash equivalents as of March 31st, 2025, and a project in Alaska, the sponsor of today's video is US Gold Mining, trading on the Nasdaq with the ticker symbol USGO. The stock was trading as of July 18th, some 40% below its all-time high. At its April 2023 IPO, gold was worth $1,930 per ounce. Now, gold is trading near an all-time high, yet USGO's share price is still around its IPO price, down 40% from its all-time high. Their flagship Whistler Gold Copper Silver project includes 3 mineral deposits with combined estimate mineral resources of 6.5 million ounces gold equivalent in the indicated category, plus an additional 4.2 million gold equivalent ounces in the inferred category. One shareholder owns 80% of the company, so this is a very unique scenario. The most critical development, and in my personal opinion, a potential value driver, comes from the Trump administration's attitude towards Alaska. This is Mike Dunleavy, governor of Alaska, pictured with President Trump. And here he is with the CEO of US Gold Mining Inc. on their Whistler project in Alaska. Tim Smith, the CEO, came to US Gold Mining from Newmont, a 100-year-old gold producer, one of the largest gold mining companies in the world. He also worked for Kaminak Gold Corp., which discovered the coffee deposit in the Yukon and advanced the resource until Goldcorp acquired it for 520 million Canadian dollars, one of the most significant buyouts of the past decade. While we are talking about different projects where outcomes could be different, this is the reason he was recruited to become CEO of USGO, so that he can utilize his skill set and work towards similar goals for US gold mining. With gold recently trading as high as $3,400 per ounce, the best performing major asset class in 2025 so far, and with Trump's massive executive order for the benefit of the state of Alaska, with one major corporate shareholder owning 80% of USGO stock, and with a CEO that is a fit for this role, do your own homework on USGO trading on the Nasdaq. A great place to start is with the company website. There's a link down in the description. So to recap, gold has surged 27% so far this year, and despite some recent consolidation, the broader setup still looks incredibly bullish. The macro conditions remain volatile, the debt situation continues to worsen, and geopolitical tensions are rising. When you factor in the strength across silver, copper, and platinum, it's clear that the precious metals complex is flashing some serious signals. But the big question remains, will we see another breakout in the gold price soon? If you watched this far, do me a favor and leave me a comment to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe and happy stacking. I will catch you next time. Smart Silver Stacker, out.